Alright. Hello again, all my fellow YouTube viewers who like to get computing information from the internet. And today I'm bringing what is considerable as a much long needed update on basically my overclock. I've done a video before about how I achieved an overclock on an old AMD FX 6300, and the link for that, if you want some cringe-worthy material, is going to go ahead and pop up here in the right hand corner of the video. Now, I have long since moved on from that FX 6300. At one point, I had actually upgraded to a FX 9370, and then I passed down my 6300 to my wife, and I, dealt with having that for, I don't know, approximately a year. And it served me well, and I was able to even overclock that, pushing it a little further even. It's only like a couple hundred megahertz above what it was factory set to turbo to. But I mean, hey, performance is performance, and when you're on a budget, you want to be able to squeeze literally about every little piece of performance you can out of whatever CPU you can manage to get your hands on, or GPU even for that matter. Now, in that video, it was kind of more of a, hey, I was having a problem trying to push it, yada yada. This was the problem, and this is how I solved it. This video is not quite the same. This is just gonna be a, hey, look what I achieved, because I am no longer on the FX 9370. In my BIOS, and as you can see, I've got an Asrock X99 board along with an Intel Core i7-5820k. And as you can see here, it's stating that, its speed is, out of the box. This is showing the, out of the box speed. And, but yeah, that is not the speed I have it running at. And this video, is just kinda half tutorial, half just showing off, hey, check out what I'm pulling off. I know by no means is what I'm running top of the line. In fact, Haswell and X99's been pretty well phased out. Pretty sure that even Broadwell and Broadwell E is kind of on its way out the door, if it's not already phased out. But this is something that, I spent a good chunk of money on. I found, I felt like it was a pretty good deal compared to what I had been running and what it cost me in order to be able to run that. At the time of making this video, the 5820k is running for like 450 bucks on Newegg. I picked it up for 350 at Micro Center about a year and a half ago. I can't seem to find any more at Micro Center, so it seems to me it's a dead platform. They're not really dead, but you can't really buy it new anymore. But yeah, I just wanted to show this off as kind of a, hey, woohoo, and here's how I did it, as I already stated. So what you do first, obviously, is you boot your computer, you turn it on, yada yada. And X99 seems to take a few extra seconds more than any kind of typical regular consumer platform does. So just be a little bit patient. But if you've got an RGB keyboard, like I know in my case, I've got a Logitech G910 Orion Spectrum. Here's a look at the back. Nope, Orion Spark. What the difference is, I still don't know. But so what happens is there's a few seconds before I see the post, splash screen, and then a couple more seconds after that, and my keyboard lights up. At which point I start smashing the delete key to get into my BIOS. And then right here we can see we got the main screen. I haven't really dabbled with customizing the BIOS itself much. I would imagine that that's what this little my favorite thing is that's highlighted right now. But what I do, I go over using the arrow keys on the keyboard because to hell with using a mouse in the BIOS, in the UEFI, whatever. The choppiness drives me nuts. I go over to the Overclock tweaker tab, and like I said, this motherboard is the, it doesn't say right there. Oh wait, yeah, it does, the X99 Killer Fatality gaming board. At least that's what the box says. I haven't seen gaming anywhere else except on the box, but everything else, it's an X99 Killer from Asrock. It's the version of the motherboard with the USB 3.0, not the 3.1. And one thing that's actually pretty cool that I discovered on accident is it's dual BIOS. And the way I discovered that on accident is I accidentally bumped the BIOS selector switch once and had it actually in neutral, I guess you could say. It wasn't loading either BIOS. But this is not the original BIOS that the board came with. As you can see up there, it's running P3.1, P3.10, however you want to read it. It's not the original BIOS that came on this board. It was 1.8. That's an update that I had to do in order for some RAM that I purchased to work. But anyways, I go over to the Overclock tweaker tab, and I kind of cheat. And as you can see, I've done some weird stuff here. I get lazy sometimes, I get bored sometimes, and I try to twiddle with the overclock settings again and try to push further. So, but what you ideally want to do is, the way that I do this, you have this here, load optimize overclock settings, which I find pretty cool because it will at least get you within the ballpark of something decent that Asrock knows is feasible for your CPU. So, but they've got like a whole nice list here, like programmed in. And typically, I don't know what I've done. Look at me looking stupid now. But I don't know what I've done, but that's like set to 4.0. I've actually got my CPU overclocked to 4.4 gigahertz, as you can see up at the top there, where it shows you have, the target CPU speed, the cache speed, and the base clock speed, and then you get your target memory speed. Well, as you can see, I've got it set to 4400 megahertz, 4.4 gigahertz. I was fiddling around. I was actually dealing with an issue with Windows the other day, and I thought my CPU had become unstable at the clocks I had it set at, and was fiddling around, yada yada yada. So I've got some weird stuff going on here, but ideally what I typically do You know what, I'll just like redo it now even. I go down to 4.4 gigahertz. And then I go down and you can use that just to get adjusted, kind of get in the ballpark, and then you can come in here and then you change this from, it should be auto, I do believe by default. Go to all core and you can type in your like individual doodads and whatnot. I don't know why, but disabling speed step seems to not do anything, because when my computer is completely idle it will still bump down to 1.2 gigahertz and then it'll ramp right up directly to 4.4, well 4.399, which is irritating as all hell, but still does that anyways, and I don't know why. But anyway, so and then I come down, I leave the DRAM alone. I don't do anything that's really RAM intensive, so I don't super feel the need to overclock my RAM. But I come in here and I change this to override mode for the V-core voltage, and typically I'll go ahead and I will set this to 1.31 volts if it doesn't already set it there. Like I said, the overclock profile probably set it there like that. And actually now that I've done this, I'm gonna have to change my fan curve as well now, because it probably changed that on me. But then go down here, voltage configuration, set that fixed mode, fixed voltage going in 1.9 volts, and CPU load line calibration set to level 1, so that way it's actually cranked right up. I have gotten this stable and running at 4.6 gigahertz. But that is about the edge that I've been able to get it running at, and it took like 1.45 volts to keep it stable. And I didn't really like that, so just for the sake of even numbers and all that, and concept of longevity, I've got it set to 4.4 gigahertz at 1.31 volts. Then I'm going to go over here into hardware monitor, and I'm going to set that to customize, and I'm actually going to set it to, no, yeah, customize. Alright, so I want no, well, alright, there we go. Alright, so oh wow, won't let me bump that down any further. Oh wow, that's crazy, but okay. And actually, I want to go ahead and do. And bump those to 75. Not anything that's really necessary. This actually only really controls the fan that I have on the back, exhausting air out of my case. If you've been following my channel for a while, you know that my system is liquid cooled, and my radiator fans actually run at a steady, stable pace, it seems, no matter what, due to the splitter I used. But now we're going to go ahead, we're going to save changes and exit. We're going to boot into Windows, and I'm going to pull up CPU-Z and core temp and Intel burn test and actually run through and show you guys this is stable at 4.4 with these settings and that the temps are not insane. Alright, and now as you can see, I've got Intel burn test version 2.54 pulled up. I have core temp pulled up as well over here, and then I got CPU Z right here. So here we can see that we got core voltage is 1.308 right now. We can see that it is effective, the 44 times multiplier. As you can also see, it keeps speed stepping back and forth between 4.4 and 1.2 for whatever reason. And you can see up here as well, it's confirmed that it's 4.4 gigahertz, 1.3112 volts. Obviously there's going to be a little bit of differences, yada yada, between programs. But yeah. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to run Intel burn test here at very high stress level. I'm going to let it run the 10 times. I'm going to take and, you know, edit this so that like this section, this burn test is sped up, and you can see, boom, stable. Alright, and there it is. Boom! Success. Your system was able to maintain its stability while running Intel burn test. Blah 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 blah. And please retest with standard or higher stress level. Yada yada. Well, I stressed it with at very high level. So, yeah, I'd say I'm good to go. And this is what I have been doing. This is how I've been testing stability since I actually discovered Intel burn test back when there was this whole thing about Prime 95 having a bug in it where it was, I don't know, causing CPUs to run hotter or whatever than they were supposed to be. But yeah, so this is my new and improved, hey, I've achieved this overclock video. Hopefully the audio quality is found to be a little bit better quality. Hopefully overall it's found to be a little less cringeworthy as a whole. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope those who are looking for some guidance on how to overclock the 5820k to at least something decent, I hope this was found helpful to those people. And yeah, go ahead, check out other videos I have. I've been doing a lot of random stuff over the past couple of years, but I'm gonna start trying to actually buckle down and focus on doing little videos like this, along with primarily some video game streams or videos of playing through the main stories. Yeah, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button, get subscribed, hit that notification bell so that you actually do get notified when when a video of mine goes live. There's also a link down in the description that if you so choose, if you find me worthy, go ahead and throw me a 30-cent to $30, anywhere in between, donation down on over on PayPal. I'm a small channel. I'm trying to actually get into this, and whew, I need that I don't know. I need that ambition. And if you find my video worthy of any kind of donation, 10 cents, $1, whatever, that at least tells me that, hey, you know what? I'm at least headed in the right direction with my content. But yeah, if you didn't like this video, hit that thumbs down, leave a comment. I would greatly appreciate if there's a thumbs down, there's a comment corresponding with it, explaining the reason, kind of concept of some constructive criticism. And yeah, I'm out for this one, and I will see you in the next one.